I got about 8 hours of sleep last night and over 9 hours of sleep the night before, which is kind of interesting because I usually average probably like 7.5 hours of sleep, so definitely more than usual the last couple of nights. On days like this where it's really sunny, even though it's very cold, I will just open the door a little bit and stand here as I'm resting between sets to get some morning sunlight in my eyes. So beneficial for literally every cell in your body. Our cells are very sensitive to light, particularly sunlight. This is what regulates our circadian rhythm, everything from sleep-wake cycle, cortisol patterns, mood, energy, digestion. So always trying to get morning sunlight whenever I can. Post-workout protein bar and morning supplements. We have fish oil, magnesium, digestive enzyme, sulforaphane, which helps with detoxification, bone support, and then the antifungal medication that is part of this parasite protocol I'm doing, and also a couple of Brazil nuts for selenium, which is good for thyroid support. Most of these supplements are better if taken with food, so I try to wait until I'm eating something post-workout rather than taking a whole bunch of pills on an empty stomach. And then got to get out the door because I actually have a massage appointment this morning, which probably goes without saying I am very much looking forward to.
Yeah, that's very interesting. So John Long,
and they're during the exercise and immediately after doing a marathon, I think you go through the warm-up a minute, I'll go and then rest 10 seconds and just repeat. And I'd love for you guys to look at CSF or other.
you optimize everything, your risk for nature benefits that people have attributed to.
This is another meal that I repeat often. It's really easy to put together. It has a lot of different nutrients and I just like it. So I end up eating it quite a bit. I just have some ground beef with cilantro and jalapenos, some lettuce that I literally just chop up with scissors to make it like shredded lettuce. I swear it tastes better that way. Avocado for healthy fats, and then carbs from a tortilla and some grapefruit. Also have some salsa for additional veggies, nutrients. Again, a good mix of protein, carbs, and fats. Got some fiber and micronutrients in the fruit and vegetables. And I'm not like a person that doesn't want to have any of my food touching or anything like that, but for whatever reason, I just kind of like to have everything separate and like put it together as I go. But yeah, this is another go-to meal. And then I also pretty much every day drink a cup of this bone broth. This is my favorite one, the ginger turmeric one. And this brand in particular is like really, really thick, which means it has a lot of gelatin in it, which is very nutrient dense and also good for gut health. So not only a super high source of protein, way to get some extra protein in, also can support gut health. So always have some of this on hand. Dinner tonight, another very simple meal. I have some salmon for protein, Brussels sprouts, sweet potato for carbs, and then I've been making this sauce that is literally just honey mustard and coconut aminos, but it's really good on literally anything. It's kind of salty sweet. And then also have some roasted seaweed, just another thing that I really like, but also try to include regularly because seaweed is a good source of iodine, which supports thyroid function. Got out for a quick walk midday to get a little bit more sunlight exposure. So while sunlight early in the morning and also late in the evening, when the sun is low in the sky, you're getting more red light, and that is what is able to reach your cells and really impact circadian rhythm regulation. Sunlight midday from the hours of like 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. is really beneficial for vitamin D and hormone production. So I try to get sunlight exposure throughout the day whenever I can. Also, if you are going to be on screens or getting more blue light exposure, especially at night, getting some of that evening sunlight can help to counteract the blue light exposure to help prevent disrupting your melatonin production or your sleep cycle. So definitely different benefits throughout the day of getting sunlight, but really can use that to your advantage to help with your overall health and well-being. Been debating whether I should paint the little cover plate thing that is like above the TV, where you would put a wire through the wall so that it doesn't show if you had it wall mounted. Because the TV's not wall mounted, it is not covering that up, and I feel like it just looks kind of stupid. But I'm afraid that if I paint it, it's also gonna look kind of stupid. So I'm not really sure what to do, but I don't want to put the paint away and then decide that I should have done it and have to get all the paint stuff out again. I don't know what to do, but I suppose if I paint it and I don't like it, I could always replace that cover, just like remove it entirely and patch up the wall or something. Do I do it? I think I should just do it. Besides getting sunlight in the morning and kind of throughout the day, another way that I try to use light specifically to support health and wellness is by being very careful about light exposure at night. So like right now, it is dark outside. If I have any lights on, like overhead lights on, they're on the dimmest setting that I can put them on. Or if I don't have certain lights that can be dimmed down very low, I just won't turn them on. Like I use a lot of candles at night. I actually try not to have overhead lights on because they just tend to be so bright anyway. It just feels kind of overstimulating to me. I'll try to use lamps, specifically blue light free light bulbs. I always use my red light panel at night for like 10 to 15 minutes as part of my wind down routine. But the more that I've learned about how much light affects us, like on a cellular level, the more intentional I've tried to be about what kind of light exposure I'm getting at different times of day. And really bright lights, if you have those on at night, especially now because we have LED lights everywhere, those can actually disrupt melatonin production at night, which we want melatonin production. That's what helps you fall asleep. And now that I've gotten the habit of keeping the lights very dim at night. Sorry if there's background noise, that's the dishwasher. Not particularly quiet. But now I really notice how bright most of our lights are. Like if I have to go out in the hallway of my building at night, I will wear my blue light blocking glasses because it is so bright. It just seems like so crazy bright once I have kept my lights much dimmer. So that's another thing I will use. Like if I know I'm gonna be maybe looking at a screen, or like if I'm in a hotel or somewhere where I can't really keep the lights as low, I will make sure I have my blue light blocking glasses and try to wear those as much as possible in the evening, just so that I know I'm not getting that exposure to light that might disrupt my sleep cycle. And I have really noticed a difference too, just like the more I'm able to kind of follow my body's natural circadian rhythm and really like do the things in the evening as the sun is setting, as it's kind of winding down towards bedtime, that like help support moving into a sleep cycle. I feel like it really has made a difference in the quality of my sleep and just like my ability to fall asleep easily and get tired at the same time every night. Again, just kind of learning more about how light in particular really does affect us on like a mitochondrial level, and realizing that like health of our cells is basically determining whether our body is healthy or not. I have tried to be more conscious and intentional of what kind of light exposure I'm getting throughout the day, especially at night.